Welcome to Meet My Friends, the podcast. Hey everybody, my name is Lindsay, and today I've got my friend Alexandria coming on. She's a rom com writer and unfortunately was recently ghosted. So we're going to get all the breakup details and do our best to lift your spirits along the way. After that, I've got some piping hot neighborhood gossip to spill. I was at Erewhon this weekend, and I may have been eavesdropping. Oh, and for my fellow Bravo-holics, I had way too much to say about Summer House, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Traitors, so I made it a separate episode. I'm going to upload it right after this one, so you can find it wherever you found this one, okay? Okay, I'm ready to hear about this fucking loser that didn't call my friend back. Alex, get in here. Romantic comedies. They make us laugh, they make us cry, and they convince us that running through the airport is a reasonable way to solve relationship problems. And who better to help us navigate this totally realistic, completely attainable way of life than my guest today? She's a writer of swoon-worthy romantic comedies, a connoisseur of meet-cutes, and tragically a recent victim of modern dating, where grand gestures have been replaced by getting ghosted mid-text. Yep. Or mid-holiday party, I should say. She once believed in love like a Hallmark movie, and now she believes in blocking numbers. Please welcome to my show today, my friend, a woman who deserves a slow motion montage set to Taylor Swift, Alexandria.
Well, there is a Taylor Swift song for pretty much every range of the human emotion. That's just like a scientific fact.
I would want that as an infographic saved somewhere, maybe on a Pinterest board of mine.
Like truly, you're like, I hate him. There's a Swiftie song about it. You're like, he's a narcissist. There's like a whole album about that. You're like, he's I don't know. She does also have a lot of songs about dating British men, and I've yet to acquire one of those. But one day when I do, and he inevitably probably breaks my heart, there's a whole Taylor Swift album for it. So
she's preparing us in ways our mothers can't.
That's her job. That's what she was called for.
And that's why we worship.
Yep, we do.
What song do you feel like you're connecting to the most these days?
I forgot that you existed. And I thought that it would kill me, but it didn't. I actually never thought it would kill me. But yeah, no, the recent dating woe I experienced was that I got ghosted by someone that I thought had promised. Yeah, he seemed to really like me until he went to my office Christmas party in January with me.
Let's go back. I took Alexandria to a cool film event downtown LA. It's called Secret Movie Club. It rules. My friend Jim Garrett organizes it, and he rocks. So we were there meeting tons of awesome people, and we met a mutual friend's friend.
Yeah.
And you guys hit it off. And he had great banter. He was very funny that night.
Yeah, and he bought me a drink. He
provided.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was like a $6 bottle of like really bad like $2 Chuck, but it was chivalrous. I hadn't had a chivalrous deed like that done to me in a while. I was like, oh, whoa. You know, he wasn't like Prince Charming level sexy, but he was cute enough. He would do. He was tall. I was like, all right, you're tall, you're mysterious. And
you had great banter. You texted quite frequently the whole next week.
He actually grabbed my phone from me that night at the event and then put his phone number in my phone and then proceeded to text himself and then immediately text me back. And like he asked me out the next day and like a very cute, he's a writer, I'm a writer, you know, he pitched me some date ideas, which I thought was really sexy. And
we love it when someone's like taking initiative like that.
And he proceeded to text me every day. He made the date plans. We went out on really cute dates.
You guys were texting about all sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one. He asked me to spend New Year's Eve with him.
Big.
Yeah, and we'd only been dating for like a month at that point.
And what'd you do on New Year's Eve? Was it like romantic? Did you have Chinese food and like sit on the couch and watch movies?
We ended up going to my favorite Tex-Mex spot in the Valley, which now has been tainted, unfortunately, called Salsa and Beer.
Excuse me, hold on, pause. Do not taint salsa and beer. No one is that powerful. No one can take away, even my ex of years cannot taint salsa and beer.
Yeah, listen, I'm already over it. It's like just like I forgot that he existed. I mostly forgot.
Great.
We went there on New Year's Eve and then we came
Did
home.
you have those giant margaritas? We love those.
I did. He had a beer. We had lots of sex and then we watched we tried to find the ball drop. We were too late. Apparently, Los Angeles, because we're 3 hours, 3 years, basically 3 hours behind New York. There's no really good ball dropping footage at midnight here. So we ended up getting on random people's live streams from like Universal Studios and just like, I don't know. We were having a bit about it. It was fun. It was cute. We kissed in midnight and then we got up the next morning and went on a hike and got
This is screaming monogamy.
No, but he would always say like he was always like making little things and made me feel like he was thinking that way. So I don't know. Okay. I didn't foresee it whatever. It just he was very into it. He was really pushing the agenda. And then the fires happened. And I'd already invited him to my Christmas party before that. But he was weird during the fires. He's a stressful job or whatever. Like, suck my dick. We all have stressful jobs. Yeah. Living in America or just in the world in 2025.
Living is stressful.
Yeah, just came to my party. Was kind of weird. Like, maybe not as charismatic as he
I saw him.
Normally would be.
I saw him at the party. I was high, so I wasn't completely switched on to how he was being, but I noticed like his posture was a little bit sullen, but I had known from you that he had been up at all hours the last like 4 or 5 days doing things for work in relation to the fire stuff, and so I didn't expect high energy, but it did feel weird, but it also didn't feel like I'm going to up and ghost you after weird.
Definitely. I mean, he left the party early because he had to go home and work. He kissed me goodbye, texted me when he got home. We said goodnight, just like we normally do or had been. And everything was like, yeah, everything seemed normal. But then it was clear the next day I didn't hear from him. I texted him first, which was fine, but he was not wanting to chat at all. Where like, I'm telling you, every day up until that point, we would have like long chats, not just like a text here or there, like long conversations. And it was like, I could screenshot what we said that day. It was like two exchanges back and forth. And then I just was like, well, I'm not going to text him again. He's clearly needs a space. So I just waited. And then 5 days later, when I hadn't heard from him, I realized that something was up.
I'm proud of you for waiting 5 days.
Yeah.
Because you guys were having like novel conversations all day, every day since you met.
I mean, I was freaking out on my own, but then I was like, I was cool girl, to him. So
don't be cool girl.
I know.
We're not doing that in 2025.
I said, hey.
We're being ourselves.
I said, hey, I was giving you your space because I know work and life has been stressful, but I haven't heard from you in like almost a week. I'm just checking in. Are you okay? I didn't even say,
which is great.
Why the fuck haven't you talked to me in 5 days? I truly wanted to make sure he was okay. And he never responded. Not even a like.
But you did find out he was okay because you saw him.
Yep, I saw him driving. He lives not far from where I work. So he was walking down the street one Saturday afternoon when I was driving to go to work. I saw him. So he is alive and well in Los Feliz.
Yeah, his legs function. So he's just a piece of shit. Yeah. Another LA piece of shit. I'm so sorry.
Particularly hard. I just, I guess I'm learning the ones you never expect are the ones that you got to keep your eye out for. Because the last 2 guys that I've dated for a couple of months at a time that have ended negatively were both men that I would never expect to be the ones to break up with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us were surprised just because it was going so well and you had so much in common. Plus, the fact that there was like a degree of separation. There was a friend. You both have a mutual friend. And I feel like in dating culture, huge faux pas.
Yeah.
To ghost a mutual friend of your friend. Like that friend's not going to introduce you to any of her other girlfriends now.
Yeah.
Because this is how you treat them. Like it's embarrassing. And now you better not show your face at our next film event or I'm going to go up and be like, what happened to you?
Yeah. I mean,
and give you a Real Housewives level confrontation. No, not that crazy, but like
there are some people in Texas, New York City, all across the country that wanna, show him show him what's up.
You've got a lot of really great friends,
Well,
including me.
Yeah. You know, I would never ghost someone. I just don't. I mean, that's to me just like one of the most uh cowardly things you can do as a human.
It's fair to ask for people that you're dating to show you some kind of level of respect.
Well, I also I've dated, I've dated all over the spectrum of texting relationships, in the sense that I've dated guys who, I maybe go most of the week and only hear from them when they want to set up a date. I've also dated guys who text not all the time nonstop. And then I've texted some that are, or I've dated some that are a little bit in between, maybe an every other day sort of exchange. And honestly, I'm fine with either of them. It's just, whenever someone starts off the relationship, and I'm happy to match whatever they're giving. So when the behavior changes so abruptly, that's when it's a cause for alarm.
Yeah.
Like if he had always been a text every few days person, I don't think
it would have stressed you out as much.
Stressed me out. But the fact that since I literally met him, the moment I met him, we had basically been in constant communication.
Yeah.
There was clearly something that was up. And if he needed to take a step back, or he needed more space, or he wanted it to be a more casual thing, I would have been open to that. But he didn't even have the balls to have that kind of conversation.
He doesn't even have it in him. He's incapable of actually being a good partner, because if he can't handle not some fires, I mean the largest fires in like LA history or whatever, but like if he can't handle an outside stressor like work on early exciting young love then and communicate effectively, he's not going to be there to support you when someone in your family dies or if you're going through hell. You know what I mean? I have another friend who's older, and their parents and their in-laws are like, they've got dementia and they're dealing with this kind of level stuff. This is life stuff that you have to really lean on your partner for. And if this person is incapable shooting over a text, like the bare minimum, this is the universe giving you such a gift to get out.
I've learned that it's better to sort of like let yourself go through the
feelings.
The feelings, because that's like
You're
showing
such a Libra.
that it's showing that you still have empathy, that you still, there's so much shit in the world. And to be upset by any of it, whether it's personally in your life or your personal life or things outside of you, it's just showing that there's still something in your heart. You're still kind of like alive and feeling things. You're not numb to it.
I mean, I love that. I love that about you. And I think that makes you like an even better writer. And I hate seeing you in this dark place. So I actually thought, like, what can I do to inspire one of my biggest, or at least historically biggest fans of love, in the month of love, of Valentine's Day and everything.
Gagging. I hate Valentine's Day. I truly do.
I love it. I mean, you could see I decorated for the holiday. I've got some little paper cupids there on sparkly red paper I'm going to hang up. I love a holiday. And I love to decorate.
I have been probably 3 times in my life that I was actually dating someone on Valentine's Day. It was always a disappointment. And then whenever
it is, it never is exactly what you, at least as like storytellers and as like romantics, you always have this like cinematic vision of what Valentine's Day is going to be. And I think that it never quite adds up, but you can get close if you are with somebody that actually wants to do the same thing. I've been with partners that don't want to do the same thing, and people that have wanted to do the same thing. So I've had like beautiful Italian candlelit dinners at like the best Italian restaurant in town, and then I've had partners where I've had to go pick up the heart-shaped pepperoni pizza myself and plan the entire night myself. So, and that's a drag, and I'm never doing that again. Anyway, to bring it full circle, to bring up the mood, I put together a list of ways you could rom-comify your life this month as a single person. And like, maybe there's some ideas in here that will like fall in love with Valentine's Day again and fall in love with love again.
I mean, are you a magician?
We'll see. I don't know. So here's my first one. How about you run into someone cute while carrying a coffee?
Well, I mean, that's probably going to end up with the coffee all over me, and that's not going to be cute. So I think that one's a little overrated.
We'll go to the next one. How about dance in the rain? It's freeing, it's cinematic. Your world is a movie montage.
Well, when's the last time I washed my hair? Because if I like wash my hair the day before, the day of, like getting it wet would be like a real bummer. Because let's be real, most girls these days, I only wash my hair like once or twice a week. I'm not trying to get it wet in the rain and then have to redo this art,
Okay. How about you have a striking and unforgettable first line when you meet someone new? Like you can prepare something that will just be charming and mysterious and maybe have them be obsessed with you forever.
See, my issue with that is that a lot of times in my mind, I can plan something how I think it's going to look. And then when it actually goes into execution, it's like it actually blows up in my face and isn't cute at all. Like, for example, I had a crush on this guy for a long time and he was bartending somewhere and he was like pouring shots in girls' mouths. And I like kind of like was around and like he poured one in my mouth and then I basically like started like gagging, like in my mind, I think it's going to be like a cinematic, like slow, like I'm getting like
Softcore porn.
Tequila in my mouth and like I'm a little like, it's like I'm wet, I'm misty, like I'm sexy. And it's more just like, no, like he probably like looked at me from then on, could only picture me like gagging with the liquor in my mouth.
Okay. How about this is like super rom-com-y and it might dip into the dark pool a little bit, which could work for you. It could pair really nicely. What if you get a nemesis, someone in your daily life who doesn't know they're your enemy, like the neighbor who's always getting to the washing machine first, or someone at work?
Yeah, I mean, check and check. I've been just like harboring resentment to people that don't know I'm mad at them for years. But truly, yeah, no, I collect unbeknownst nemesis throughout my life everywhere I go. There's a girl that I went to college with that I actually have in multiple groups, like group messages with college friends, that she's kind of like all of our college nemesis because she's like perfect and proceeded to just like get more perfect the older she got. Like
That sounds like a rom-com. That's
she's
perfect.
actually hotter now than she was in college.
She's winning.
She is. She's won life. She sold her soul to devil sometime.
Yeah.
Along the way.
It seems like it was worth it. Okay, how about this one? How about you just get out of town and you take like a spontaneous trip to a small town somewhere? Maybe you'll bump into,
No, absolutely fucking not. I'm from a small town, and let me tell you what's there. Worse trash than exists in the cities. It's like, if there's emotionally unavailable men here in LA, great. There's like going to be an unemotionally like slightly better dressed version of a man, like a construction worker in a small town. They're all emotionally unavailable. And also, not that there's anything wrong with construction workers. I'm just saying, like, the small town I'm from, there's like a lot of like blue collar things, and I'm a little bit,
You're white collar.
I'm white collar, I guess. I mean, we're gonna cut that out.
You're a fancy girl.
I love that. I just like a businessman,
What about this? A new one just opened in Studio City. You can go get lost in a bookstore and have someone recommend you like the perfect book.
Honestly, this one, no notes. Yeah, that sounds great. When should we go? Do you want to follow me around?
Well, I actually think we should go. Let's go. We'll go. Forget asking. I'll find you the perfect book.
Yeah, it's hard to be cynical about that one. I think that sounds fun. I would love to meet someone in a bookstore. Just to know that he reads would be like
a big plus.
A big plus.
Maybe we should get part-time jobs at the bookstore.
How much do you think their hourly is?
It's going to be minimum. But maybe we just work like 2 shifts a week, like 8 hours max.
We'll circle back to that one.
And we take like a really prime shift, like Thursday 5 o'clock and like a Tuesday 5 o'clock or something right after work. Because I feel like single dude that goes to get book is going to go right after work or like in the evening.
Single dude gets book, gets right into my vagina.
Okay, hey, that's one on this list so far that could help you out. Let's do another one. How about you leave a love letter in a random place for a stranger to find?
I don't know, sure. I'll also just yes and that one, but it's more, I have journals filled of love letters to many men that will never read them.
You should publish that.
I've thought about it.
Next, what if you bump into an old crush who somehow got hotter? That feels like very perfect rom-com scenario.
Yeah, I mean, and if he's single and emotionally available, great. And if he's married with kids, just add it more fuel to the resentment.
What if you quit your job in a dramatic fashion and like you storm into a meeting and you throw like your resignation letter like confetti on the table in front of everybody, spearheading your new life?
I could never.
Okay.
I could never.
What if you get caught like in an elevator with someone? You get in the elevator and someone cute's in there and you just hit the stop button.
I mean, they might think I'm about to murder them, which could be hot.
Could be hot.
So, yeah, I'll just see if the moment strikes.
Okay. Finding a local diner and the owner just like knows your order when you come in. They say, "Oh my God, hey Alex, sit down. We'll bring you a slice of apple pie."
Switch diner for wine, and I'm totally in.
You know what?
Being a regular at a wine bar has been my goal. I actually kind of am at this one in
North Hollywood,
East LA.
Oh, in East LA.
Yeah,
but you're only into the one in East LA because you want to sleep with the bartender.
He is really hot. And
I'm a regular here, but really it's because she's subtly stalking this hot bartender.
Any girlies on the East Side who walk in and know exactly who I'm talking about. He's a universal hottie, is what we would call him.
Can you describe him? What's a universal hottie look like? Can you describe that for me?
I mean, I don't think a universal hottie looks like there's different ones, different kinds of looks.
Okay, well, what does this guy look like?
I mean, I'd say he's like Jake Gyllenhaal adjacent, you know?
Oh, that's kind of a universal hottie. Everyone likes Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, like most people would be like, that's a hot man. So yeah. But, and
he looks like Jake Gyllenhaal.
A version of Jake Gyllenhaal.
And he's straight, for sure.
Yep. He's divorced.
Oh, I don't know. I really got to figure out my thoughts on that. Because this last guy that ghosted you was divorced.
Yeah.
And he had interesting things to say about his ex.
Yeah. I'm never considering that with anyone, a negative. I think it's a positive.
It's all circumstantial.
It's a positive in knowing that they can have relationships. It's just more and long-term relationships and commit to something. I think all of those are positives. I think it's
a good point.
It's just like with anyone, just making sure, because you could meet someone in the dating world that just got out of a 5-year long relationship, and that might be the same as meeting someone who just got out of a 4-year marriage. I think when you commit to someone for a long period of time, it can be messy at the end no matter what. So it wouldn't necessarily matter if the guy's divorced or just in a long-term relationship where he lived with them or anyway. I think that it's just all about making sure that they're completely moved on from their past relationship.
And
no
that's
matter what
the thing.
context.
So I feel like a lot of these guys will get out of a relationship and then they're dating someone a month later.
Yeah, and they put all of their
thing.
feelings onto that. What they do is this has happened to me a lot, where you get a little bit love bombed at first, but you think because this guy is taking everything that he used to do with his ex and putting it onto you, and if you end something and you're 5 years in, like the way that you're going to be treating someone is different because you've been intimate with them. So like it feels really good. It's like the thing that all of us girls are wanting, but it's not genuine a lot of the time.
Right. Shit.
Yeah. But you don't know till it's too late. Most of the time it's awful.
I really hate that. I'm just going to get some more dogs.
I think if you just want to, open I would love to do like a 101 Dalmatian situation, just like a house full of dogs, but like not that I'm going to like make coats out of or anything, that I'm just going to like love and take care of.
I'm backing out here. I think we got 2 good options. You're going to pull the stop button in the elevator if you have someone hot in there. And what was the other thing that we really liked?
Bookstore.
The bookstore. We're going to go to the bookstore.
And the wine bar or cafe sub wine bar.
Yeah, the diner that you made a wine bar.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That's 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that win. And I think we should move on. I have a really fun segment, something I want to talk to you about. Hello? Girl, I got some hot neighborhood gossip.
What's that?
Hey,
Maggie, I gotta tell you something.
I just gotta tell someone.
Okay,
what's the tea?
Just keep it to yourself.
Really?
Yeah,
I heard
gossip
something like
time.
that was going around
I-
the neighborhood.
Where did you
I
hear
swear,
it?
I won't tell
Well,
anyone.
what was she wearing?
Who am I gonna tell?
Hell yeah, bring it.
I was at Erewhon on Sunday morning. I was going to return an empty jar from my salsa verde because if you're not familiar with the Erewhon program, they charge you a little surcharge for the glass products, and then you bring them back and you get the refund. So I was on my way to return my jar and get my free smoothie of the month as an Erewhon member. And I'll tell you about that smoothie. Sucks, by the way.
I hot take, I hate Erewhon. Okay, continue.
I do like the Hailey Bieber smoothie. The strawberry smoothie is the best smoothie they have, and I haven't found another smoothie that they have that I like. But when you get this cute guy at the register sold me the membership like X months ago, and so now I make sure I go every month to get my free smoothie, which is not full size. Don't let them scam you. I thought I was getting a full size smoothie. I was like, oh, this is worth it. It's like a mini version. And the one this month is like a blue colostrum thing with coconut milk, and it tasted so bad.
Colostrum is such a hot topic right now. It's such a like it word. It's like the Brussels sprouts of 2025. Are you having your colostrum?
It sounds like colonoscopy to me.
Yeah, I mean, but it's supposed to do the opposite. It's supposed to basically prevent them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what it's for, but I know we're supposed to have it.
And the smoothie sucked. So, but I was at Erewhon standing in line, and behind me were two personal trainers from the Equinox next door.
Gag.
And I'm just standing there minding my own business, and the one guy says to the other guy, he's like, oh my God, there's like, I'm going to make up a name here, Jake. Did he tell you about the thing he's doing? And the other guy's like, no, what is he doing? And he goes on dating apps and matches with women and then gets them to come in for training sessions.
That is so gross, honestly. Also, like, that's just like,
if you needed any reason to not date, another fucking reason on top of the list to not date a personal trainer, especially in LA, these guys just served it up on a silver platter. And then the guy goes, oh my God, that's horrible. He's like, I know, but it's working.
This is also like, it's like this fucked up thing where it's like this man is like making you think that he's interested in you, but he's really just wants to change you, that he's like actually sending
he doesn't want to change
a
you.
message that your body's not good enough as it is.
He just wants to rope you into a little training package, or at least get some kind of small incentive for bringing in new members or new potential members. They probably have I'm sure they have an incentive program for staff that bring in people. And that's just like, could you imagine matching with someone, going on a date, thinking he sells himself and makes it a great date, and then he invites you to come work out?
I think that this man, there should be a picture of his face on like a most wanted LA dating list, like that. There's a few of those women Facebook groups out there. I hope
they're crazy.
Face is on one of those.
Those Facebook groups are crazy.
They're insane.
I mean, like there's a space for them. I'm in like 3 of them, I think, just because I like to follow the tea and the drama of it all. There's one, and it's like, are you dating this man?
Yeah.
And like before you go on a date, you post some of his profile stuff just to like see if anyone else has dated him or if anyone's currently dating him.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which is crazy. And also like,
and they're supportive. If no one's done it, everyone's like, oh, he's cute, like good luck. But if he's been with someone, or he is with someone, he's going to get dragged.
Drag his ass.
Dragged. Okay, one more little piece of tidbit of neighborhood gossip. Nick and I were at AMP, the coffee shop in NoHo, one of my favorites, plugging
Hashtag
AMP.
love AMP.
We
AMP
love
coffee.
we
Drink
love it.
AMP for life.
And I don't
AMP.
Sheena Shea, one of the long-time cast members, one of the OG cast members of Vanderpump Rules, there with her darling daughter Summer Moon, and they were like getting out of some kind of like music play group or whatever, and the girls were like spinning in a circle and frolicking and dancing together, and it was the cutest shit. My ovaries were like, get one of these, have one of these, you need this. And Nick was like, oh my God, she looks pregnant. And I was like, Nick, you can't say that about women ever. She was in this oversized rocker tee, but maybe there was a baby bump.
So maybe we're spreading a rumor that she's pregnant. Bag you and I'll see.
You would have seen that and been like, sign me up. And this brings me full circle. It was great having you on the show. I think we need to just import men. You know, I think
Yeah.
I have a theory about LA and LA dating, and I just think that the majority of people here are striving for these like great creative careers, and they take a lifetime to achieve. And at least if you're looking for a man, I feel like the sample pool is so small because they're mostly gay. And then I don't think a man can truly settle down and focus on a partnership if his career isn't stable.
That's true. Men don't like to not be able to fully feel like they feel
wanna
less manly.
Yeah, and it affects them in so many different ways if they're not like
Where they wanna
secure
be.
in their place and where they want to be. And this
Agreed.
is such a place of striving for something that I don't know if anyone here ever feels like they're where they want to be.
That's true.
So I'm going to leave you this month of romance with the 3 fun things that could make you rom-comify your life. Bring back that magic and that sparkle. Love yourself, and then maybe like just import someone hot like Sheena did, you know?
Yeah. And take baths. Baths are nice. Use a bath bomb or some bath salts and just
But do not get the Lush black bath bomb, because someone gave me a black bath bomb from Lush, and I have bleached and scrubbed and steamed, and you know how clean I am. I still can't get some of that charcoal out of the bottom of the shower tub.
I love Lush though. My friend got me a bubble bar for Christmas from them, and it's like,
What's a bubble bar?
it's essentially like a bubble bath but in a bar form. So I keep running it under the water. I can use it over and over and over again until it's gone.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was Elphabuz Broom. It was like a Wicked promotion one, and
Wait, what color is it?
it was actually pink.
Okay.
So I have been using that like twice a week probably since I opened it on January 3rd, and it's still going.
I love that. Okay, well, plugging Lush. Great.
But not the charcoal one.
Thanks for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for meeting my friends, you guys. We'll have so many more, and we'll have Alex back to share more of these juicy little dating stories.
Don't worry, guys. It's going to be great. We're all going to find love eventually. We just have to keep shifting through
Oh my
the trash
God.
first.
That statement alone is like day and night to what you came in here like.
Color me uplifted.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. Huge thanks to Alexandria for hanging out and letting us dig into all the drama. She was a really good sport about sharing her experience. Breakups are the worst, but at least they make for a good story. If you had fun, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a little review, maybe even tell a friend. It really helps a new podcast like this one. And if you made it this far, I know you're going to want to check out the Bravoholics Anonymous episode. I had way too much to say about Summer House, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Traitors this week, so I gave them their own space. Go cue it up